This call is now being
Okay,
recorded.
never mind, never mind. Just recap. We just recap what we learned yesterday. Okay, just to do some revision and then remember what you learned yesterday. Okay, all right. So one thing that I forgot to tell you yesterday is the system involved in the water regulation. Okay, the water regulation. Water regulation means the control of amount of water inside our body. Okay, what are the system involved? You still remember in chapter 2 what is the meaning of system? Okay, anybody can tell me what is the system? System is the combination of what? Anybody? System. Combination of what? Anybody can tell me? You still remember in chapter 2, we already learned the organization of cell. Yes, Kaiwan. You want
Organ.
Organ, yes. So you just remember the system is a combination of many organs that work together. Okay, the organ that works together to form a system. So what is the system involved in water regulation? You must remember there are two types of system involved. Number one is excretory system and number two is endocrine system. Endocrine system. Two systems involved in the water regulation. And then what are the organ involved? Okay, number one, kidney, and number two is brain. Okay, you must remember this. Yesterday I forgot to mention about the system, and then the organ that related to the what we call the homeostasis. Yeah. Okay. Next one, if you still remember, the regulation of body temperature. Okay, the regulation of body temperature. Again, same things. What are the system involved? All right, same system, excretory system and endocrine system. All right, and then what are the organ involved in the regulation of body temperature? Skin, brain, and skeletal muscle. These are the organ involved in what we call the body temperature. The regulation, the body want to control whether if the condition is too hot or too cold, the body will try to regulate and control it into what we call normal temperature. What is the normal temperature? The suitable temperature of our body is, what is the temperature of our body? The normal temperature. Anybody?
37.
30, Kaini? 30?
37.
37, yes, good. It's about plus minus 37 degree Celsius. Okay, we cannot get more than that. If we have more than that, we might have fever. Okay, and then if the body temperature less than 37, maybe we have hypothermia. Okay, no matter how cold or how hot the outside temperature, the surrounding temperature inside our body, will try to maintain it at 37 degrees Celsius. But not exactly at 37 lah, plus minus. The tolerance may be 37 something, what we call plus minus, maybe more and maybe less, but not too extreme lah, not until 38 or 39 degrees Celsius or 40, even worse condition. 40 degrees Celsius is a very, very dangerous situation for body. Okay, we will get maybe sometimes the people, if you heard it before, you might have heat stroke. You know, heat stroke. Heat stroke mean what? If you remember this name, heat, H-E-A-T, S-T-R-O-K-E, heat stroke. We mean there's a very, very dangerous situation when our body cannot control the temperature anymore because of maybe outside we less drink water, and then the temperature outside is very, very hot, then we will have heat stroke. Heat stroke means inside the organ and the system will try to shut down the organ and then system. the organ inside our body is not working. Why not working? Because the body temperature is very high. It will shut down itself. Heat stroke, very dangerous situation, and then can lead to death. Boleh menyebabkan kematian lah. Alright. So you must remember the corrective mechanism. Okay, again the corrective mechanism when the surrounding temperature is too hot, and then what is the corrective mechanism if the surrounding temperature is too cool. Okay, make sure you understand this. Right. And then also yesterday we also learned about what is the condition of the skin when the surrounding of the temperature is higher or lower. Okay. What happened to the blood capillary? What happened to the hair on the body? Okay. And then whether it is erect or flat at the hair of the body, or blood capillary, whether it is constrict, become smaller, or become dilate. Dilate means become larger. All right. Okay. So I hope you understand that. Okay, right. So today, we just continue the topic for today. Homeostasis in animal. You must remember, animal also undergo homeostasis. Okay. Like I said earlier, every living organism or living things undergo homeostasis. Okay, including animal and plant. So we already learned the homeostasis in human to control, whether it is control of water and then the control of temperature. Actually, there are many more regulation, there are many more processes that control the environment inside the body, but in Form 1, you just need to remember two, water content and temperature control, right? So, we continue homeostasis in animal. What you need to know? Okay, you must understand that cats and dogs do not have sweat glands. What is sweat gland? A sweat gland is special features on the skin. On the skin of the what we call human, for example, because we do not have furry feather, we not have furry hair. Okay, so we have sweat gland. Sweat gland will automatically what we call produce the sweat, the water. Okay, because we want to cool down the body, right? When there is higher temperature outside, or when you do very rigorous activity, or you do exercise. When you are doing PJK, for example, you are running, you are playing, right? So you will the skin of our body will produce what we call sweat to cool down the body. But cats and dogs, because they have furry hair, so they do not have what we call a sweat gland, except on their soul only. Okay, so how they maintain the homeostasis, meaning that how they want to control their temperature. Okay, number one, you just remember this, very simple. Cat will lick their fur. Number one, for cat, they lick their fur. Okay, how about dogs? Usually, dog will hang the tongue out. Okay, the dog will hang their tongue out so that the temperature decrease. Okay, can you understand? And then sometimes also, if for the cat they want to trap the heat, so the fur will stand erect. Okay, so cat again, they want to what we call decrease their temperature, they lick their fur, and then for dog they want to decrease the temperature, they will stick the tongue out or hang the tongue out. Okay, and then when there is what we call colder condition, what happened to the fur of this animal? It will stand erect. Okay, stand erect. What is the function? Because they want to trap the heat. All right. When the hair stand erect, it will what we call trap a little bit of heat. Okay. Can you understand this? Can you remember this? Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay, very good. So I continue with the next lesson, next topic. Next animal is reptiles such as lizard maintain their homeostasis toward changes in surrounding temperature. All right. What happened during the cool surrounding or cool weather, cool temperature? Okay. So the body of the lizard or the reptile will become slower. They will not, what we call the body activity become slower. Muscle function become also slowly. The muscle function more slowly, and then the movement become slower. Metabolism rate is decreased. So what we call the metabolism rate? Metabolism, you just remember like this. Metabolism is the body function. Inside the body function, this is what we call the metabolism rate. For example, metabolism rate. What is metabolism? Metabolism. Okay. Okay, for example here, metabolism, I will share you the screen first. Entire screen. I will share you the entire screen so that you can see the entire screen. Okay, good. So this is what we call by metabolism or metabolic rate. Defined as a series chemical reaction in living organism that create and break down energy necessary for life. Simply, it's the rate of which your body energy expend energy or burn calorie. So that is the metabolism rate. The rate your body use energy, okay, or burn calorie. That is what we call by metabolism or metabolic rate. Okay, so I'll just copy this. All right. So what is metabolic rate? Metabolism rate. Sorry, metabolism rate. So I can state that it is the rate at which your body expend or use energy. Expend, use energy or to burn calorie. So what happens when it is cool surrounding? It will try to reduce all of this. Metabolism rate is also decreased, and then body temperature also decrease. Okay, but you must remember, okay, this is a reptile. If you still remember in your primary school, reptiles such as lizard, snake, is it cool-blooded or warm-blooded? You still remember that? Cool-blooded or warm-blooded? Do you already learn about this? I think you already learned in science in primary school. Okay, there are two types of animal, right? They are warm-blooded and cool-blooded. You still remember that? Anybody? Warm-blooded. You already learned, right, in what we call in your primary school for standard 6, standard 5, I think. Okay, so what's mean by warm-blooded? For example, mammals. Mammals, warm-blooded. Birds, warm-blooded. Meaning that inside our body, like I said earlier, we'll try to maintain what we call the constant body temperature, no matter how hot or how cold the surrounding. You know, you still remember, for example, the human, the normal temperature for human body is 37 degrees Celsius. No matter how cold outside in our surrounding, how cold or how hot inside our body, we'll try to maintain at 37 degrees Celsius. This is what we call by warm-blooded. But reptiles such as lizard, what we call it, snake, scorpion, okay, they can change their body temperature according to the surrounding temperature. If the cool surrounding, it will try to follow the temperature outside. Okay, but with an expanse, body activity slower, muscles function slower also. The movement will also become slower, and then the metabolism rate decrease, and then the body will also, temperature of the body also decrease. Okay, so what happened when the lizard or the reptile in hot surrounding? What happened? The heart beat faster. Okay, the heart beat faster, and then movement also become faster, metabolism increase, and then it will also increase its body temperature. Okay, this is the reptile. The reptile, how they want to adapt to the temperature of the surrounding. Adapt means if the temperature of the surrounding is colder or cooler, so the body will also adapt to the surrounding, then it also will become cooler, okay, colder. And then when the hot environment, it also become, the body temperature also become hot. Okay, depend on the surrounding. Okay, this is a reptile, for reptile. Okay, next one. Snail and bee, how they maintain the homeostasis toward the surrounding temperature. Okay, for snail, you just remember, it just produce fluid and look for a humid place to reduce the water loss. What is the humid mean? Humid mean what, class? Anybody can tell me? What is the mean of humid? Humid. The place that what? What is the humid mean? What place? What type, what we call, what's the condition of the place that humid? Anybody? Humid. Yes.
Wet.
Wet. Very good, Kaini. Yeah. You can say it is wet place. Wet. Because they have what we call many, what we call the water. Or you can write moist place. Wet and moist place. Moist itu makna apa? Dia lembab. It has higher content of water, humid. Okay, why? Because it want to reduce the water. Okay, reduce the water loss. Okay, sorry. And then how about bees? Okay, bees has special parts in their body that we call waxy skin layer. And then the loss of water vapor occur through its spiracles. Later we're going to learn about what is spiracle. Closest spiracle. Spiracle is the part, you just remember spiracle, it is part of the body of the insects that exchange the gases. Okay, for example, in human we have our nostril, right? In our nose we have the lubang hidung. Lubang hidung is the opening that we can exchange the gas, right? We breathe in and we breathe out. We breathe in air and then we breathe out the air by using the nostril. But in insect we call it spiracle. Okay, spiracle. You just remember that. Okay, so the spiracle close and open between two breathing movement to reduce water loss. So you just remember that. Any problem? Is it okay? Homeostasis in animal. Anybody? Chan Jingying, you are okay. You already off your mic. You're on your microphone. Okay. Is it okay? Can you understand the topic? The animal homeostasis in animal. I hope you can understand it. Right. So next one. Last topic for today. All right. It is what we call by not last topic. Yes, sorry. The second last topic. Homeostasis implant. Okay. Homeostasis implant. You must understand this, right? Okay. First things you need to remember, in plant, there are a process that we call transpiration. Transpiration. So what is transpiration? You just remember transpiration is the water loss from plant. Water loss from plant. We call it transpiration. Right? So before we go through the transpiration process, you must remember plant. If I show you the picture of typical plant here, usually it has how many section in plant? This one, section number 1, and then section number 2, and then section number 3. So number 1 is what? We call it what? Number 1? Anybody? I think you also learn about this also. If
Root.
implant, generally implant. Yes. Number 1 is?
Root.
Yes, very good. Number 1 is root. Excuse me. We have root. And then number 2?
Stem.
We have the stem. Yes, very good. And then last one, we have the leaf. Good. Leaf, or sometimes we call it shoot. Okay. 3 parts. Roots. Okay, roots is what we call the support. The function of the root to support the plant, and then it buried underground. Yeah, dia ditanam di dalam tanah usually. And then stem is the heart, what we call the woody stem. The stem ataupun batang dia, and then leaf. Itu daun lah. Okay. So transpiration, again, transpiration is, we call transpiration, water from plant are lost. So you can say that the loss of water in plant through what the process name? Transpiration. Okay. So what is going on during transpiration? The plant lose water from where? You must remember, the plant lose the water from the leaf. You must remember, or from the shoot. The plant lose water from that. Okay. So if the plant lose water from the leaf, where the plant gain the water? The plant get the water from where?
Root.
Okay, very good. Okay, you just remember the plant get the water from the roots. Most of the content of water inside the plant are obtained through the roots. Okay, through the roots, and then the roots will travel up through the stem, and then to all over parts of plant, to what we call also to the leaf. Okay, you just need to remember this first, right? Okay, I continue. So what important here you need to remember, plant lose the water from the leaf in the form of water vapor through the stoma. Okay, through the stoma. If you still remember the type of plant cell, there is one parts of cell inside the leaf, we call it a gut cell, or we call it a stoma. Okay, stoma is just a function. Sometimes it's open and then sometimes it's closed. Right? Okay, never mind. So what is the importance of transpiration? Absorb and carry water and mineral. Okay, the function of transpiration, absorb and carry water and mineral. Okay, and then the evaporation of water, evaporation of water from leaf cool the plant. The evaporation cool the plant during hot days. Okay, these are what we call the function of transpiration. The function of transpiration. Okay, so what I said by stoma, you still remember, This is the picture of stoma. These are the picture of the stoma. Still remember, the type of plant cell. The type of plant cell, and one of it is what we call a gut cell or the stoma. All right. So what happened during the day? During the day, when there is a what we call sunlight, and then the condition of the surrounding is maybe the temperature is high. What happened to the stoma? The stoma will open. Okay, the stoma will open. Why? Because enable more water to evaporate through the leaf. To get more water evaporate or remove from the leaf through transpiration. Okay, this is what we call during the day. All right, it's just like you are using straw. Example, you understand? When you are drinking water, you are using the straw, right? So the analogy of the plant is just like that. When you try to drink the water using the straw, you suck up all the what we call using the straw, and then the water suddenly from the bottom of the glass, and then the water going up. Okay, that is the analogy lah. Contoh dia begitu. Alright. So in plant during the day when the stoma is open, then the water from the ground that enter the roots will go up. Will go up through the stem and through the leaf and through all over parts of plant. This is what we call during the day lah, right? Can you understand this? It will open during the what we call during the hot day, during the day. Okay, and then what happened when the temperature is too high? When the temperature is too high, the stoma close. Why close? Because it want to reduce the water evaporate from the leaf. Sometimes when the condition is very high, it's automatically close the stoma. This is what we call the homeostasis in plant. They control the opening of the stoma, whether it is closed or open, to control the water escape from the plant. So what happens if there is no control? During the temperature is too high, what happens if the stoma or the gut cells continue to open? Okay, so it will what we call the content of water inside the plant will decrease, and then the plant will be wilt. What is the meaning of wilt? The plant will become wilt. Ini. This one, you can see, you understand this? This is what we call by wilt. Which one is the wilt plant? On your left, on your right. Wilt is on your wilt plant is on the, where is the tool? Okay, on the right, and the plant will become wilt, and then on the left is the normal plant. Can you understand this? Boleh faham? Okay. Okay, good. Right. So you just remember what happened to the stoma during the day, and during the temperature, during the condition of the temperature is too high. What happened to the stoma? When open, the water will escape. Okay, the water will escape, and then the water from the root, the water from the soil will enter the root, and then it goes up through the stem, and then escape through the leaf. Yeah. Okay. Balance lah, what we call it, the balance action, the control by the plant itself, whether it's you want to open the stoma or close the stoma, depend on the surrounding temperature. Okay, this is what we call the homeostasis in plant. Okay, right. I hope you understand this. So the last topic for today, this is just a reading for you. Maybe you can get more information on the internet, right? So what is the importance? Okay, we learned about homeostasis in human, animal, and plant. What happened suddenly? There is the homeostasis is not working. Okay, what will going to happen to our body? Okay, All right. So, number one, why homeostasis? Because we want to provide optimum condition. Optimum mean what? Optimum mean the cell inside our body. How many cells inside our body? There are many cells, right? But in Form 1, how many cells? 7, I think. 7 or 11. Sorry. 7, 11. Okay. How many cells? 7. You still remember in chapter 2? We have muscle cell, red blood cell, white blood cell, nerve cell, what we call reproductive cell. You still remember the cell? That's why homeostasis want to provide the optimum condition for the cell so that it can carry the activity efficiently. That's why we need the control. All right. Cell, if too hot, it will not working. It will not functioning. Okay. All right. That is number one. So the change in temperature will affect the activity of the cell, and then also will affect the activity in enzymes. Enzyme later will inform too. We learn about what is enzyme. Okay. So like usual, we need to be grateful that homeostasis enable us to be regulated and maintained in balance and stable condition. Okay, when the body is too hot, our body is automatically try to reduce the temperature, and if too high, also try to what we call reduce. If too high, automatically try to reduce the what we call the temperature. But if too extreme, then we need to take our own action lah, isn't it? If the body condition cannot what we call cannot control anymore, we need to take action. Okay, for example here, when you are fever, okay, you are shivering, right? So you need to take what we call medicine, or you need to regularly have a bath, have a shower to reduce your body temperature. Okay. Okay, imagine our life without homeostasis. What happens if the temperature of our body or living things continue to increase or decrease? What happens if the water content is lost without control? Okay, this is what happening lah. Okay, maybe you can try to find the information on the internet. What happens if our body increase drastically, or become low? Okay. Right. So that's all for today. I think we also finished. We already finished the chapter 3. Do you have any question? Now it's 9 past 11 right now. Any question about homeostasis? Class?
No.
No question. Okay, very good. I'm open to any question. Like usual, you can ask me on my Telegram group, right? In our Telegram group. Okay. For activity, for exercise, I will give the instruction like usual on our Telegram group. Okay. So I think we can finish the class for today. All right. Where is the? I will give the exercise later on the what we call on our Telegram group. Yeah. So thank you very much. So I think you can leave the class right now. Thank you. Thank you for your cooperation and attention. Bye bye. See you tomorrow. Tomorrow, right?
Yes.
Okay. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.
Thank you, teacher.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Bye bye.